Is your magic meter running low? Well, we've got a cure for you. Welcome to Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast. I'm Jeff DePaoli.
And I'm Patrick Dougal.
And today we have a lot to talk about. I just got back from Walt Disney World, hanging out with Patrick in Florida. And so we've got a lot of stuff to talk about as far as my trip was concerned. But we've also got some current news we want to talk about. First of all, Flower and Garden Festival opened at Epcot, didn't it, Patrick?
Yes, it did.
Have you been yet?
No, it just opened this Wednesday. So I gotta get out there.
Yeah, I saw some of the topiaries while I was there. They're definitely setting up for it, but the magic hadn't started yet.
Well,
so.
now everyone loves Flower and Garden more now because it's turned into more of a second Food and Wine.
Yeah,
of course, which is already wildly popular. So
yeah, what months are those? What months are the Food and Wine Festival?
It's usually October, November.
I'm curious to see if they ever bring it back to Disney California Adventure, because I feel like might have been just 1 year, maybe it was 2, but I remember they had it over at DCA before all the crazy construction happened. So I'm curious if it comes back to Disney California Adventure at some point.
Maybe. It does really well over here.
Yeah, I mean, personally, it never intrigued me all that much, but if I were an annual pass holder, it's definitely one of those things that's like, hey, something new, let's go check it out. But also, exciting news at Disneyland. Did you hear what walls came down?
No.
Big Thunder Mountain.
Oh,
Woo-hoo!
snap. It's only been 2 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So the walls are down and it should be opening soon. Apparently there are no trains on the track yet, but we're ready. We're ready to bring back Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. But moving forward a little bit. Okay, this past Sunday, the Oscars.
Oh, wait.
Oh, okay.
You're missing a big news too.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard, but the moats around the hub at Magic Kingdom are drained.
I saw the pictures. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, they're expanding the whole hub at Magic Kingdom, adding new walkways, bridges. It's more of a capacity thing, because right now when we watch Wishes, our fireworks show, it's like sardines in the hub, and they're just trying to get more space for parade viewing, which makes sense, but also, who knows, maybe they just want their capacity up.
Well, God, to me it feels huge there, considering, I'm so used to watching fireworks and such from the hub at Disneyland.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize that was being done for capacity issues. That's kind of crazy to even think about. But yeah, I did see the pictures, and it's always weird to see things drained just because it's so ugly. But, and they had a giant crane. They're working on the castle as well. When I was there, they had a crane up, but what are you going to do? Anywho, sir, the Oscars.
Yes. Now, we've talked about this a little already.
We talked a little bit, but we've been trying to avoid talking to each other about it because, okay, first of all, congratulations to Disney for winning for Frozen, which was a guarantee. Honestly, if Frozen didn't win Best Picture, I feel like that would have been the biggest upset of the night.
Oh, there would have been a riot in the streets.
Yeah, right. Frozen!
Frozen riot.
So congratulations to them. Very sad about Get a Horse not winning Best Animated Short. I really, really love that short so much. And even sad that Saving Mr. Banks didn't win Best Score. I absolutely love the score to that film, which was a bummer. But of course, the thing everybody's talking about as far as Disney and the Oscars, or the Oscars in general, is a performance from Miss Adele Dazeem, a.k.a. Idina Menzel.
Get it.
So, Patrick, what are your thoughts? Shall we talk about the name botch or the performance at this moment?
Let's start from the name botch.
Okay.
What is my question? How? What? Okay. So I've seen arguments online that John Travolta is dyslexic, which makes sense. Okay, if you're dyslexic, maybe you'll do that. But even without a teleprompter, how do you not know the name of the person you're presenting?
I actually, to be honest, when I saw it, I mean, it's hilarious, and I definitely went and translated my name and Travoltified it. And
me too.
I got a great name. I can't remember what the heck it was, but it was so good. I was like, that could seriously be a stage name if I wanted.
Mine was Pyreek Dugorini.
That's a weird one. Oh, and now you've got me questioning. For the next episode, I will look up what the heck my name was. Anywho, I actually, to me, it reminded me of, you ever seen those news reporters, like, have a seizure or not a seizure, but, like, something goes wrong with their brain.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it reminded me of. And although it's, like, hilarious and crazy, I was like, there might be some serious medical situation going on here that, like, you know, his people are hiding or whatever. Because the thing that was so weird to me was, when he said it, he didn't look confused.
No, he thought he was perfect.
Yeah, and that's what was so... Because normally, I think even if you're dyslexic and you're having that moment of, you know, reading something incorrectly, to you, I think... maybe I'm wrong here, but I feel like they would know it was wrong. Yeah. Whereas with him, it felt like it seemed very natural for him. And I was like, oh, God, I hope there's not something more serious going on here. But... what a moment at the Oscars, I must say.
So funny.
So funny. And then followed by that performance by Miss Idina Menzel.
Which was not the greatest.
Not the greatest. Let's see.
I've heard so many different rumors about what was happening. Some people said she had an asthma attack beforehand and all this stuff. I think she was just super nervous.
Yeah, which is completely understandable. I mean, that is probably one of the toughest audiences to perform in front of.
Oh, yeah. And I think she was, even before the Oscars, she was talking about her regimen to perform this song and how it's a hard song to perform.
Here's my argument when it comes to a hard song to perform. I have studied voice for a long time, and here's the thing. You have a vocal range. Each individual singer has a vocal range. We all have these notes at the top of our range that some days we can hit and other days we cannot hit. It's just like, great if they're there today, but, you know, it's not always going to be there. You cannot always depend upon these musical notes. And you shouldn't be performing songs like that on a regular basis. You should, you know, they should be written that note below or whatever. If it was transposed slightly lower, a half a step or whatever, so that she could perform this song regularly, that's fine. If it's a one-time thing in a recording studio and it's for the movie and they're gonna auto-tune her to do whatever they do to make it right, that's one thing. But to perform a song on a regular basis on a note that you sometimes and often can't hit is a ridiculous thing to me.
Yeah.
And I have seen Idina in Wicked on Broadway, didn't hit the note. I have seen her at the D23 Expo performing Let It Go, didn't hit the note. Didn't hit her note on the Tonys when she did Defying Gravity. Didn't hit her note on the Oscars this past week. And so I'm just like, what is going on? Why does this keep happening? And frankly, if I were her, I would be like, please, lower the key of the song so I can sing it really, really well. Mm-hmm. It would drive me crazy. Oh, I had to vent. I had to vent, Patrick. But having said that, she gave the best live performance I've ever seen, I'm assuming it was 100% live, on The Tonight Show the next day.
Yeah.
That was awesome. It's become a viral video, and she does like a cover of Let It Go, and it's really, like literally her best vocals I've ever heard live. And the crazy thing is that she was sitting down singing that song.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, too.
Which makes it more difficult to sing. It's mind-blowing to me that happened. So, I don't know.
Anyway, but I love how the name has crept into everything now. Have you seen, like, her new musical, If Then, now has a billboard under it that says starring Adele Dazeem?
Yeah, in fact, I think in the playbill, they've made a bio for Adele Dazeem, and let's face it, this mistake may make her, like, because she was known within the musical theater group, but this might make her, like, famous.
Oh, no, yeah. I don't know whether they're fake John Travolta or...
Yeah, right. They actually, Rosie O'Donnell had some of the funniest tweets during the Oscars when that happened. She wrote something. We got the pathology report back. I'm sorry, but it's Adele Dazeem. We're starting an IV ASAP. I was just like, she keeps going on and on. It was really, really funny. But can we move on from Idina?
We can.
Okay, one of the other cool things that happened at the Oscars for Disney is Bobby Lopez became the youngest EGOT ever, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. He's 39 years old. That's amazing.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, crazy. The one I wasn't sure about, I wasn't sure what he won an Emmy for, but it looks like it was a TV show called The Wonder Pets, where he did some background scores. And, but yeah, that's insane to even think about. 39-year-old Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony winner. So congrats to Bobby Lopez. Rock and roll.
And, pointing back to one of our really old episodes when we were talking about a Frozen 2 sequel.
Oh, yeah. I saw his tweet.
They kind of mentioned it, too.
Yeah, are you talking about his tweet?
Well, no, he even said in his acceptance speech, he's like, Disney, let's make Frozen 2.
Yeah. I'm curious if they did do it, if it would go to theater. I mean, it's such a huge hit, it would probably go to theaters.
Oh, did you hear that it crossed the $1 billion mark this past week?
I mean, come on, that was kind of a given that was going to happen, right?
Crazy.
Now that we're on Frozen for a second, we haven't talked about this, and I just want to bring it up. I'm kind of frustrated with the whole Frozen sing-along release that came to theaters for one reason only. It really angered me back when they were marketing the film, when we had discussed how I can't remember if we discussed this on the show, but they were very adamant about not calling Frozen a musical in the United States.
Yeah.
And they marketed the film as a non-musical, whereas overseas, I guess musicals are more accepted, and they market it. Come on, Frozen's a musical. No matter how you look at it, it's a musical. So I find it very ironic, and it kind of angers me that, oh, it's a hit? Now let's have a sing-along version of it. I'm like, you jerks. Let's just call it what it is and be happy about it. And so yeah, when they did that, I was like, arg, Patrick. But yeah,
but
$1 billion.
It made that money.
Made a lot of money, and it's still in theaters, and DVD, Blu-ray comes out very, very soon. In fact, I just got my email confirmation that it's been shipped.
March 18th.
And it's already available on download, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very exciting.
P.S. Did you happen to see any of the special features even? I don't know if you downloaded it, but there was a video making way around the internet of the Making of Frozen music video. Have you seen that yet?
No. Is it going to be on the Blu-ray?
Yes.
Okay.
I would urge you to maybe find it online, because it's probably the funniest video I've ever seen in my life, maybe better than the movie.
Okay, well, I want to, when I get my Blu-ray and you get a copy and everything, I want to do a review of the special features on the Blu-ray for an episode. So let's hold off on that. And shall we move forward to my Walt Disney World vacation?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. One of the, I don't know if I would call this a highlight, but one of the things that really, really excited me was the Legend of Captain Jack Sparrow at Disney Hollywood Studios. Okay. If you're not familiar with this, it's not like you've got to see it because it's a great show. It's not a ride by any means. It's the technology in this attraction blew my mind. There is a lot of projection work, and it's basically what happened is they had an empty sound stage, and they said, we're going to do something with it. I believe it was a Narnia presentation before this, and it's very much you stand in a room and watch stuff going on around you. But they've got a pirate ship in there and everything, and there is a projection of Captain Jack Sparrow that is so realistic. I literally, for the first, I'd say 10 seconds, wasn't sure if it were an actor in costume or a projection of Johnny Depp. And the reason I had heard that Johnny Depp was involved with this, which is what led me to believe, oh, it must be a projection. But Patrick, is that not the most realistic projection you've ever seen in your life? Even you, who had seen the show before, questioned the female character in the show.
I don't remember because I saw it right when it came out, and this was my only second time going back to see it, so it's been like a year or two.
That's the good thing about having guests visit, is they force you to do stuff you normally wouldn't do.
And I didn't remember the girl at all. Of course, I knew Jack Sparrow was a projection, but I was like, wait a second. Is that? Oh, no, he's putting his arms around her. Oh, they're slapping each other. Okay, it's a projection.
But it is so well done. It's insanely well done, which leads me to question, is projection the future of all of our attractions? And to me, I am predicting in the next 10 to 15 years, you're going to see far less audio animatronic figures. And frankly, as I was standing there, I thought to myself, holy moly, is this the future of Broadway? Which is a terrifying thing to think about. Now, this is a huge argument in and of itself. Live theater will never be replaced. Live performance is one of the most amazing things on earth. But imagine if a producer came along and had a show and said, I want the biggest A-list cast I can ever find. And of course, you're not going to get these year-long contracts with these A-listers. What if they shot the whole thing and the whole show is projected and it's so lifelike that nobody can tell the difference? Because that's how I felt with the Jack Sparrow show. I was like, this is so lifelike, it's insane. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And
it's weird to think about.
yeah, it's crazy to think. And of course, there's been the talk about Michael Jackson going on tour again as a hologram and stuff. But I don't know. I've never seen the technology work that well. Universal did a really nice job with the disaster stuff with Christopher Walken, where they have a projection of him. But it's very like, although it's done really, really well, it's obvious that it's an effect going on.
Mm-hmm.
The Legend of Captain Jack Sparrow is the first time that I was literally confused as to what the heck I was looking at. Even the Harry Potter, they do some cool projection stuff in the queue line for that. But, yeah. So if you're at Walt Disney World and you're at Disney Hollywood Studios, check out The Legend of Captain Jack Sparrow for the projection technology in and of itself. And, fun little fact about that. You want to talk about James Arnold Taylor, Patrick?
Do I want to talk about him?
Yeah. Well, just because I've been talking for a while about his little involvement in that show.
I don't even know what it is.
Oh, I was talking to you about it. Apparently, Patrick doesn't listen to me talk. But James Arnold Taylor is the voice of the skull in that attraction. And James Arnold Taylor is also Johnny Depp's voice double for the video games and such whenever Johnny Depp isn't doing Captain Jack Sparrow. So that's a fun little fact about that attraction. And they worked together on that attraction, but James Arnold Taylor never told him, apparently, that he's his voice double, because I guess that's kind of a little creepy.
Awkward.
That should have been your trivia question today.
Oh, no. All I know is he hosts Star Wars weekends.
It comes up in a few months, right?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Shall we move on to New Fantasyland?
We shall.
Okay. One of the cool things about New Fantasyland, which kind of sounds lame, but I really appreciated, was the fact that it doesn't feel new, if that makes sense. It feels like it belongs in Fantasyland. It wasn't like this big jarring, like this is a brand new section, and it just all melded together really well, is how I feel about it. And of course, one of the highlights of New Fantasyland is, Patrick, do you know what I'm going to say?
Be our guest.
Yes, be our guest. You win, ding ding. That was not your trivia question. Be Our Guest is a really cool restaurant that if you want to eat dinner there, you need to book months in advance, because I tried to, and guess what? Didn't happen.
Wow.
But luckily, it's open for lunch as a I guess they call it fast service.
Quick service.
Place. And we waited in line, 45 minutes, I think, to have lunch.
Yeah, probably. Which is an average wait.
Yeah, for Be Our Guest, it's really beautiful inside. Of course, you're in the grand ballroom in the West Wing and the dining room, and you have options. But one of the coolest things is the little rose petal technology that they have to bring you your food. You want to talk about that?
Well, what it is there's an RFID. We're getting everything at Disney or over here in Orlando is RFID now. We're all RFID technology with magic bands and everything. So now, when you go to Be Our Guest, you get a rose petal when you order your food, which has an RFID tracker in it. And every single table in the restaurant underneath it has an RFID scanner. So all you do is place your rose on a table, and the servers know, hey, this rose is at this table, so this is where you're going to deliver the food. Because you don't have a server that sits you. You sit wherever you want. And who knows what you have to eat unless the rose is on the table. So, yeah, it's really cool.
It is kind of cool. I liked it. I was confused by it. And it was funny because, Patrick had been there, and I think it was kind of obvious to the employees at Walt Disney World, or the cast members rather, that, Patrick knew what he was doing, but like this was all new to me. And so I'm like, what is this rose petal? What is going on? Like, I had no idea. And so Patrick had to explain to me how to work the system at Be Our Guest. But it's really beautiful inside there. The food options are quite good, and it's just a cool place. But my favorite part, oh my lordy, I loved the fact that when you're in Be Our Guest, of course they're going to play the music from the movie, but on top of that, they played so much music from the Broadway musical, Beauty and the Beast, which is different than the movie. There's quite a few songs that are original to the Broadway musical, and it was just so great to hear those in the park because, a lot of people I'm sure don't know what they are, but I was just so happy. I was like, yes, they're recognizing the Broadway show, which is an incredible, incredible show. And closed too soon because it opened a Mermaid instead. Wah, wah. But yeah, Be Our Guest is pretty cool. One of the things that they, I guess, are trying to do to answer their competition, I guess, there's no secret that one of the biggest hits at Universal's Wizarding World of Harry Potter is butterbeer, which is some of the most delicious stuff on earth. So
good.
It's so good. And actually, Patrick made me try my first frozen butterbeer, which is even better than the regular soda version of it. But Disney has answered with a little drink at Gaston's called LeFou's Brew. Patrick, have you had it?
I have.
Okay, I went back and the day after we went, and I was going to get some. And then I got in line and read the description, which is frozen apple juice with a hint of toasted marshmallow and topped with all-natural passion fruit mango foam. Can I tell you that it's not appealing to me?
But do you know it's the exact drink you guys have in DCA?
Where's that?
It is the Cars drink.
Oh, really?
Yes. So, it's nothing different.
Oh, man. That's kind of hilarious. I was not aware of that. What? Oh, my. Oh, wow. Wah, wah. That's a major bummer.
Yeah.
So I didn't get it. Is it any good?
If you like apple juice.
I don't, which is why I was like, staying away from that.
Well, then you probably wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
But if you ever wanted to try it, you can, because it's over there, too. Just a different name.
That's so funny. I'll get it in a different cup instead. Oh, that's really funny. I was not aware that it's the same stuff we have here. So, epic fail. Sorry,
yeah,
Butterbeer wins that competition.
Yeah, they do.
Frozen
They tried.
Butterbeer. Will you ship me some, please?
What, butterbeer?
Frozen butterbeer?
It'll probably melt.
Well, figure it with dry ice or something.
All right.
Make it happen. One of the other things that I learned while at Walt Disney World is that Patrick and I have magic powers. Patrick, do you have any idea what I'm referring to?
Are we sorcerers?
No, you're psychic.
You're throwing me off.
Patrick has a magical power where he magically knows the name of female cast members who host the Great Movie Ride.
Oh, God. That was so weird.
That was a weird moment. Patrick and I are sitting in our ride vehicle for the Great Movie Ride, and
let me put this out. I've been on the Great Movie Ride a bunch of times, so I pretty much know the script. So
which is exactly what he was saying to me.
So we're sitting there on the Great Movie Ride, and I see this girl. I see the girl walking around the car, so I know, hey, that's our tour guide. So I pretend to, mimic what she's going to say before she gets on. So I was like, hi, I'm Ashley. I love movies, and this is a perfect job for me, blah, blah, blah. And this girl gets on and says, hi, I'm Ashley. And I'm like, what? Did I just magically guess this girl's name?
I was actually, for a little bit, I was like, he's BSing me, and he knows exactly who this person is. And he's like, I swear to God, I don't know. It was pretty, it made me, the whole weekend, I kept thinking about Ashley. But, Patrick, I have a magic power as well. Do you remember my magic power?
No. Related
to the Tower of Terror?
Oh, yes.
We're in line talking about the voiceover in the attraction. Mark Silverman is the man who does the voice of Rod Serling in the Tower of Terror. And we're discussing this and I've seen him in voiceover things around town, and we're exiting the ride, and who walks past us but Mark Silverman, the voice of Rod Serling. So of course I had to stop him and freak him out. But it was so weird. He just materialized because we were talking about him. So we've got a little bit of Disney magic in our souls, I think, Patrick.
Maybe.
We're amazing.
It's weird.
It was very strange and bizarre. I have so much more stuff I want to talk about my trip, but I think we better move on to trivia and maybe bump some of this conversation to the next episode. Does that sound cool to you?
Sounds good. I guess you guys will just have to wait till the next one.
You're gonna have to wait, and we have to talk about now that we've fully experienced my Disney experience, my Magic Plus, all that stuff. We're gonna have to talk about that as well at some point.
I just want to quick jump in a thing at the end.
Sure.
A quick news we kind of forgot about, but we'll throw it back in real quick. Disney side 24-hour party happening.
Oh yeah, yeah. Are they the same days, both here and?
Yes, I think May 23rd into May 24th. I think is the day. But the fact that they are encouraging everyone to dress up, and so it's like a free Halloween kind of party.
Yeah.
Kind of excited.
Are you going to do 24 hours, do you think?
No. Every time I've done the 24-hour event, I usually just do the night portion.
That's what I'm thinking. Because, well, first of all, it's on a Friday, so a Friday into a Saturday, so
I'll get there at like 6 p.m. and then stay till like 6 a.m.
My question is, I've actually never done it here at Disneyland, but the question is, do they end up reaching capacity and having to cut people off if I show up at 6? I don't know.
The first time they did it, yours hit capacity, ours hit capacity. The reason why ours hit capacity is because we have 4 other parks, and so Magic Kingdom was the only one that was open, and almost every cast member from all the other parks came over. So our first 24-hour day was like 80% cast members. The second time we did it, they blocked out cast members, so we never hit capacity. I know yours is more like a local thing, so I think yours still hit close to capacity.
Yeah, I don't know. If I headed down at 6 p.m. or whatever, I don't know if I'd get in, to be honest.
Yeah, so, I think our main reason was cast members, because we have so many more parks and operations to cover that everyone just ran over there. So if they block out cast members for this one, I think we'll be fine. But good luck to you.
I'm going to dress up in my Finding Nemo the Musical spandex. And
do it. Do it.
That's
tribute to Bobby Lopez.
You're right, my tribute to Bobby Lopez. God. And I'm sure you've already got your costume picked out, right?
Oh, I'm in the midst of making one.
Yeah, you're doing a Frozen costume for some Comic-Con thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, exciting. Okay, so trivia. You want to start?
Sure, mine's pretty easy. I give you an easy one this week. So.
I've actually got a tough one, but it's really interesting. It's really interesting, though, which is why I picked it.
Okay,
so.
I think you'll be able to get it. You just have to think. Pixar movies.
Okay.
There's only 3 Pixar movies that star actual humans.
Okay. What are they? The Incredibles is one of them. Up is another. And let me think. No. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness gracious. That's going to drive me crazy. Let me think. You're going to say it and I'm going to go, duh. That Meet the Robinsons isn't Pixar, correct?
No.
Right, Patrick?
No, it's
that
not.
One's not Pixar. What is it?
Brave.
Oh, God. You know what? I'm happy I didn't remember that one. I'm proud of myself for not remembering that one. First of all, I don't like it. But second of all, it doesn't even feel like a Pixar movie to me. Like, it feels like so Disney animation.
Well, those are the only 3 that star humans.
Well, I've got a similar type of question for you.
Okay.
So we've talked about in the past how Disney does not like to use the word ride when they describe their rides. They like to use the word attraction or experience or whatever. And I'm reading Marty Sklar's book right now, Dream It, Do It. And he is one of the people who is really adamant about that they don't use the word ride. But there are 4 attractions in all the Disney parks that do have the word ride in the name of the attraction. So it's a tough question, but I found it very interesting, which is why I'm asking you. 2 of which are at Walt Disney World. One is at Disneyland, and one is at Tokyo Disneyland.
I can name one.
Name it. I know which one you're going to say.
Right?
Yes, you're right. The Great Movie Ride. So that's at Disney Hollywood Studios. Now you've got one at Epcot as well.
Shoot, hold on.
We went on it.
Not Test Track.
Nope, not Test Track. Test Track the ride.
I was gonna
Nope.
say no. It's not Nemo.
It's not Nemo.
Figment?
No, it's Listen to the Land boat ride.
Oh. I just call it The Land.
It's also known as Living with the Land.
I just call it Living with the Land.
So there's also a classic attraction here at Disneyland. You should probably be able to get this one.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
There you go, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
I just pulled that out of my butt.
Nice. And in Tokyo Disneyland, do you have any idea? It's a fairly new attraction.
Oh, is it? No, it's fairly new?
Yeah, like last few years.
It's not Mystic Manor, because that's just Mystic Manor.
Nope. It involves a Pixar film.
Oh. Tokyo Disney. Is it their... Did they get a Toy Story ride?
No, it's their Monsters, Inc. Ride and Go Seek. It's this... Have you heard about this one where you have a flashlight? Have you ridden our Monsters, Inc. ride over at DCA? Okay, it's similar to that, but each rider has a flashlight. It's kind of like a mix of our Monsters, Inc. ride and Men in Black over at Universal, where you have a flashlight, and I believe you're looking for monsters with the flashlight. And I don't know if they hide when you hit them or what, but it's some type of interactive.
Speaking of, okay, so this has bothered me for some time now. I've only been over to California twice now, and I've ridden your Monsters, Inc. ride. Is her name at the end Raj? That's her name, right? The slow lady.
You're talking about the woman with the voice, right? Her?
Yeah. Is there someone who controls the thing for that?
Yes, sometimes. Yes.
Okay.
There's
because it freaks me out when it talks and it's like, hey boy, second kid with the hat and glasses. I'm like, what are you? What?
Yeah, actually, right before you hit her, you see a monster holding a camera and a news reporter camera, and I think it's that camera that might hit you. I'm not 100% sure about that, but yeah, there is somebody controlling that, and then sometimes it's just generic stuff being said as well. But yes. Okay,
because it usually scares the crap out of me.
Well, if that's all it takes to scare you, you got issues.
A little bit.
A little bit. Cool. Well, I think we're going to sign off for this week. Till next time, we've got a lot more Walt Disney World vacation stuff to talk about and my Disney experience. And Patrick, I will see you later.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.